Hola! In this video, we will be exploring how to use Prezi, which is an online presentation tool similar to PowerPoint. Prezi has the advantage, however, of letting you make the presentation a bit more abstract and fun, as opposed to PowerPoint's somewhat limited presentation tools. So first, you'll be navigating to Prezi.com, which you can see I've done so already, and you'll be asked to sign up or log in. Now you're going to sign up since you need to actually create an account. You're going to choose public account, because this is the free one and you don't need to pay for anything. And 100 megabytes of storage is more than enough space for what we're going to be doing. So you'll make your account, and since I already have one, I'll be logging in. And once you log in, you'll see that since you don't have one yet, but I have all my presentations saved on here. What's really great about Prezi is that since it's online, you can A, access it anywhere you like, and B, it saves all of your presentations so you don't have to worry about a flash drive or a cloud or any of that stuff, because you can use this anywhere you want as long as the computer has internet access. So let's click on New Prezi so we can start a new one, and it will load up. When you look at the new Prezi, it's going to ask you if you want a template. I tend not to use a new template. I tend to use the blank template because it gives me more freedom as to the background colors and what I want to put on my page. But if you'd like to use a template, you can see there's a bunch of different ones that you can use. Pains the course, across the universe. Just know that if you want to use one of these background templates, it actually comes with all the little pieces that are on here that it shows. So let's go to the blank one and start there. We'll hit choose and it opens it up. Now Prezi is more of a canvas, so you can zoom in and out via here, where it's the minus sign to zoom out and the plus sign to zoom in, or you can use your mouse wheel. So it's up to you, whatever is easier for you. I tend to use the mouse wheel just because it's more accessible. And when you click home, it brings you right to the middle of your page. Now, I don't need this circle in here, so what I'm going to do is click on it and hit delete, so my canvas is nice and blank. To put words on your presentation, all you need to do is click anywhere in the presentation you want, so let's click here, and I'll type in Mi vida en el futuro. Now, there's three ways you can do your text. You can do it in title text, you can do it in subtitle text, or body text. And each one looks a little different based on the type of text it is. So I'm going to do this in title text, and I'm actually going to highlight it because I want it to be red, and I'm going to change my color. Also, you can choose to make this bigger if you'd like, smaller, and you can move it all around the page wherever you'd like. So let's say I want to drop it right here, and I want to make it a little bigger, and I'm going to zoom out, and that's where I'm going to have that. So let's say I want to put my next one. So I'll write my first caption. Right here, we'll put Yo voy a ser profesora, and I want to make it subtitle text since it should look a little bit different than my title. I will click off that, and since you need pictures, you can go to Insert, Image. Now you can choose to either use Google Images, so you can search for anything you'd want here, or you can select a file from your computer if you've already have them saved. So that's what I'm going to do since I have pictures saved on here. So I'm going to go ahead and navigate to Spanish Teacher and hit open, and my picture will pop right in there. I will make it a little smaller, and I'm going to drag it right on top of here. So it's here. If you've noticed, there's actually sometimes there's lines that show you so that everything is lined up all nice and neat, so that as one is underneath another. You can also, if you'd like, choose to twist your photo left, right, upside down, whatever makes you happy. I'm going to leave this one straight. So let's put our next one, let's move this one down here. We'll put it down here. Let's click on our canvas, and we'll put Yo voy a vivir en Rivervale. And we'll click off of that. And then let's insert our image. And again, I have this one saved on my computer, so I will click on Rivervale sign and insert it. Make it a little smaller and bring it here. But I don't really want it to be so boring and plain that they're all standing up straight. So I'm going to twist this one to the side. And then, to make it match, I'm going to twist my text to the side as well. You'll actually notice the text will snap in place when it looks like it's close to what it is, so that everything's at the same angle, so nothing is all in different angles and doesn't make it harder to read. So now that that's there, we'll leave that here, and we'll put that there. What I recommend is you put in all of your pictures and your captions before you do the second step. So I would be putting in my other photos here, or here, or here, or I would put them up here, wherever you'd like. You can spread them out, make them into a circle, whatever you choose to make your presentation. Once you have all of your pictures and your captions, you are going to click on frames, because you need to frame everything to put it into your path. So what I tend to do is you can either choose a bracket frame, which puts brackets around everything, a circle frame, which puts circles around everything, a rectangle frame, which puts a rectangle around everything, but it also puts somewhat of a background color on it, so I tend to not use that one too much, and an invisible frame. The invisible frame I seem to use the most, and I think it's the best because what it allows you to do is frame what your information is, but it doesn't actually overpower it with any sort of drawn-on frame. So let's go ahead and do that. So we'll choose invisible frame, and you should get a little box next to your arrow like that. And we're going to draw our frame around our title. Now let's zoom in a little bit so we can use it. If you zoom out too much or if you zoom in too much, you'll see that it grays out, which means you can't actually edit it. You have to zoom in or out to be able to edit the frame or the photo or your text, depending upon what you're looking to edit. Now, when you have your frames, you want to try and get your frames nice and tight around your title or around your pictures, because the wider it ends up being, the smaller your font ends up looking, or your picture ends up looking in the frame when you go to do your path. So this looks about good, so we'll leave that there. And let's move up to our next one. And we'll do the same thing. We'll go to frame and draw invisible frame. And we'll draw our frame around here just like so. And there's our frame, you can see it. Now when you have ones that are to the side, you have to do an additional step. You actually have to draw your frame outside first, because if you leave the frame such as it is, what will happen is when you go to present, it won't twist to go along with it. So it'll end up being sideways when you present. So you actually have to click on the frame and twist the frame so that it's in the same direction as your presentation material is. And then you can just drag it right on top of this. I'm going to make it a little bigger. And that's that. After you're done framing all of your information, what you'll do is you're going to click on Edit Path. And now this is your path step. So what you're going to do is click on each item that you want in the order you want them. So I want this to be my first one since it's my title. And then let's say I want this one to be my second one. And as you can see, it actually draws a line in the direction that it'll zoom from 1 to 2. And the last one I'm going to do, because I only have 3 things here, is this one. So I'll click on this, and it'll actually put everything in here. This is where you can actually also order the objects in your presentation. For example, if I chose not to have Rivervale 3rd, I wanted it 2nd, I just click on it and drag it up to where I want it. So let's leave this in the order it was. And once I'm done with that, I'm going to click Done. I tend to save it, even though it automatically saves right here. It'll tell you the time it saved. It does it in military time. But you can save it on your own, or you can choose to have it automatically save. I tend to save it just in case, because your internet gets funny, or if something happens, at least it's saved into the system. Once you're all done putting your frames on it, if you want to change your background, you can right-click on anywhere in the background and click Change Background. Change the color to whatever you like, and then you can hit Done. I'm going to leave it white. And then you can click Present. Once you click Present, it'll open a full screen presenter. And as you can see, it actually opens up to the first one, which is Mi Vida en el Futuro, which is my first slide. So I will use the arrows down here, and I'm going to click Next. And it zooms right up to my next one, which was Yo voy a ser profesora. And if you look, the next one will actually twist as it goes to Yo voy a vivir en Rivervale. And as you keep going, you can move stuff left, you can move it right, make it diagonal, but this gives it a little bit more dimension to your presentation rather than just a straight 1, 2, 3, 4, like PowerPoint does. This makes it so that you can twist it and turn it. Be careful, however, with the twists and turns. You don't want to make your audience sick or nauseous or dizzy, because if you give it too many twists, that's what you'll end up doing. And those are the basic tools to your Prezi. If you have any questions, feel free to ask your teacher. Adios!